Good morning, everybody. Beautiful, beautiful spring day. Supposed to go up to the 70s. So if you don't know, this is Blue Heron Hill and I am Sue, and welcome to my channel. This video, we are going to be planting onions. Here's my bed. I have 5 rows all mapped out to plant. I do start some of my onions from seed. Unfortunately, this year I wasn't really blessed with great germination rates. So, as in every year, I ordered some onions from Dixondale online. Love their onions, and that's what we're going to do in this bed this spring. So, a little bit about how onions grow and what they need for nourishment in their soil. The soil pH is just probably slightly below a neutral or a 7. If you haven't had your soil tested yet, that's probably pretty important. Mine was slightly alkaline, which means it was above 7. So I had to amend this to bring that down to just below. I think somewhere in the neighborhood of 6.5 to 6.8 is the recommended. What you do if you have two alkaline soil, which I did, is I amended it with a little peat moss. And so that should bring my my pH down a little bit. I can't remember exactly if your soil is too acidic what you add. I'll put it right down here. It might be limestone or something, brown limestone. Anyway, I'll do that. I also, in addition to the peat moss, I've got at the end of last year, I raked in a nice amount of compost, so it's all ready to go. In planting your onions, you can plant them as early as 5-6 weeks before your last average frost date. I'm approaching my last average frost date. Didn't quite get them in. Dixondale mails you them according to your zip code at about the right date. I did put in the ones that I started from seed. I will go over and towards the end of the video show you that bed. It's onions and leeks that I planted in that bed. So you want your soil fairly loose. So with the compost and that added peat moss, I think it's fairly loose. I do tend to have some clumpy soil. It's not clay, but over years and years it's gotten a little bit better, and this is actually the same spot where I grew onions last year. Shouldn't have done that. I planned to do it in this bed right here in front of me, but that's all tarped up trying to kill my cover crop and some weeds that are popping up, and so I had to rearrange my garden plan. Good thing it was in pencil. So when you go to plant these onions, you're going to plant them about 1 inch deep. So let me show you what I'm going to plant this year. Here they are. The first one up would be Walla Wallas. These are a sweet onion, very popular. In the right good conditions, you get a real nice big huge one. Great for even, eating plain. They're so sweet. I will plant them very close, 2 inches apart, and then pull every other one and use those as green onions to put in salads and eat fresh. The next one is called, this is Sterling, and I've never grown these. They are a white onion. Give them a shot and see how they turn out. They're supposed to be nice and long-lasting, good storage onion. My red onion is a Red River. I grew these last year. I had them in my my root cellar area for up until February. I thought they did exceptionally well as a storage onion. My main crop of cooking onions is what's called Patterson. These are new to me. I've always in the past grown copras. Dixondale does not sell copras anymore, but they suggested Patterson. So I'm going to give those a try. They're supposed to be very comparable and good reviews on them. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. As far as planting them, they should get planted to a depth of about, an inch. So probably right there above any kind of a swelling bulb. You don't want them too deep. That will interfere with the green photosynthetic part of the plant. Also, you want to plant them about 4 inches apart, 4 to 5 inches apart. But some of these I'm going to be planting a lot closer to 2 inches and then taking out every other one. Some of them I might be alternating them, and so have a double row but alternated, and then my drip irrigation will go right down through the middle of those two, just so I can fit enough in, because I got an awful lot. I know I'm not going to be able to plant all of these. I do not have room for all of them, so that's why I plant more and I harvest every other to eat fresh during the months, the days, the weeks, the months before harvest. And I also will be sharing some. So with all of that said about onions, and I think I have covered all bases, I'm going to start planting these. I'll bring you down close to give you a look-see at how I'm doing it, but I'm not going to have you watch the whole onion planting process. So come along with me and we're going to plant onions today. I must say, these even smell good when you're planting them. Now, there are such things as short day onions, intermediate day onions, and long day onions. And that all depends upon where you live. The further north you live, the longer the sunlight hours that you will have in the summertime, and when the onion will actually start to bulb. So it's very specific. Most onion companies like Dixondale will tell you right on their site which onions are long, intermediate, or short. I don't know, I think they will caution you if you live in a zip code where it says you are in long day onions and you try and grow short. But just know that there is that requirement of you when you go purchasing onions, and even seeds if you're going to buy seeds to grow. So after I get these in, I'm going to have to water them in very well, because even though my soil is a little moist, a nice good drink of water on this hot sunny day is going to be just what these onions need. I'm planting these diagonally across the row so I can take advantage of my limited space. They are still planted 4 inches apart, and I can pack just a few more into this smaller space. Wow, I'm done. All planted. 2 double rows of the Pattersons on the left there. Right over here. 1 row here of the Red River. 1 row here. Let's see, right there. Of the Sterling, that is the white onion. And 1 row of the Walla Walla, which are the sweet onions. It has been hotter out here than I thought, but it's good to see these nice spring days coming. So all I have left to do here is water them in thoroughly. We are projected to get some rain tomorrow, but it may not be enough to thoroughly soak these onion seedlings way down to their roots. So I'm going to get out the hose and water these up. This is my bed of onions and leeks at the far end, and the onions that I grew from seed. You can see that they are nowhere near as lush as those that I got from Dixondale, but they should do fine. They may be a little bit behind the ball in growth, but I do expect to get a fair crop. Now with leeks, when you plant leeks, you plant them in a trench. These are very thin too. You plant them in the trench, and as they grow, you fill in all the way up their, up their stem, so they get that nice white blanched stem at the bottom. And every 3 weeks or so, I'll fill in a little bit more of the soil around them as they get stronger. Across from the leeks is my garlic bed. I just love watching this grow in the spring. This has probably grown 8 to 10 inches since the snow has melted away. It's always just such a thrill to see this growing in the spring. And there are my peas, which are starting to climb on the fence. So thanks for following along with me on my onion planting video. It has been a glorious day, but I do need to get in out of this hot sun, get a beverage, cold, and rest up. I probably should have been pacing myself, getting ready for this gardening season. So it's been starting off slow, but it's gathering momentum. So follow along with me in this 2022 gardening season. If you haven't already, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, a like, comment if you need any questions answered. Maybe I could help you out. And so until the next time that we can go digging in the dirt, happy gardening. Bye.